Let's talk about teamwork. The majority of fighting games are one-on-one, so teamwork isn't something that can be easily explored in these games. But what if we did want a character to be able to use teamwork in their general gameplay? Well, that's obvious, duh, just add another character. But how can that be fair if the other player only has one character? We could think about this for hours, and we could come up with several different solutions, but the two main ones is either now the game is a versus fighting game, where each player has a team of characters, or we can make them into a puppet character. Puppet characters aren't two characters in one, unless you're playing Multi-Blood. It's a character who has a disjointed entity that it commands with specific moves. This is generally used in the context of two separate characters, however this isn't always the case, as some characters use an object or fucking ghosts. Because of this, you would imagine that most puppet characters are zoners, using their disjointed hitbox to keep the opponent away so they can beat the opponent without ever getting hit. And while that isn't exactly wrong, it's not the most common way that puppet characters are designed. The closest I could think to that is Manat from Street Fighter V. Manat is Street Fighter V's resident puppet character. Being a fortune teller, she fights using her big glass ball, and is able to position it at different points of the screen to attack in unique ways. She can also keep it on her to increase the range of some of her normals. This makes things like her down heavy her down fierce? What the fuck? Go extremely far and become a ridiculous anti-air move. This means she fits pretty well in with the Zoner archetype, and even was able to inspire Beerus with some moves. But like I said, this isn't every puppet character. So, let's look at a more well-rounded puppet character with Android 18. Android 18 is one of two puppet characters in Dragon Ball FighterZ, if you count Captain Ginyu of the Ginyu Force as a puppet character, which I do, because fuck you, that's why, I don't have to explain myself. Looking at the definition of puppet characters, you would think that just everyone in a team fighting game is a puppet character, but that's not the case. Father, we need to talk. The way you treat me is not something I can take anymore. I'm not just your puppet. I'm a living human being with thoughts and feelings, and as my father, you should respect that. If you do not change your personality, you'll begin to rip our family apart. Mom is worried. I'm worried. Please, Dad. Now that we have that misunderstanding that none of you had out of the way, what makes 18 a puppet character? Well, she's able to call upon her brother Android 17 to come over and assist her during a block stringer combo. Even her unique B&B's combos utilize Android 17 coming out and helping her. This isn't like Baby, who uses the assists of dead characters with his specific moves. This 17 is a unique 17. It's not an assist that's on your team, he's just part of her moveset. So yes, she is a puppet character, okay? This isn't the fucking hit stance character shit again. 18 is a puppet character, end of discussion. So she can make 17 do different things like this, this, and this, and make him just stand there and wait if she wants. You know, sis, the way you treat me is something I can't take anymore. I'm more than just a puppet. I'm a living, thinking android with deep and complex feelings, and as my sister, you should respect— Oh, is that enemy calling out a sis? Get the fuck away from my sister! Thanks to Android 17, Android 18 is able to utilize a unique game plan within the cast, and get advantage in unique ways specific to her that other members of the cast can't use. Though, because of this, she lacks in some of the range potential. But this is Dragon Ball, we all know that range means jack shit anyway. Fuck you, Frieza. So that's Zoner and all-rounder boxes ticked. I would talk about a puppet grappler, but I don't really know of any. I guess you could say Beowulf, but he's not really using his chair as a puppet. And I guess maybe you could say Amika because of her V-trigger, but I'll leave it as a big blank for now. But we can talk about a rushdown puppet character that's pretty well known, has left his mark on fighting games. Ladies, gentlemen, and others, let's talk about Zato 1 and its puppet, Eddie. Zato is the original and resident puppet character in the Guilty Gear series. Guilty Gear has had a lot of unique characters, and he's definitely not the only puppet character in the franchise. However, he is the most iconic, and he's honestly what I and a lot of other people think of when they hear puppet character. Just look at him, he's an edgy teenager's wet dream. Dude's covered in black, he covers his eyes with a massive belt, he's a shadow companion that follows him everywhere. He goes devouring his enemies where they stand, and his name's fucking Eddie, and it's a fucking goofball. Like, look at this little guy, he straight up fucking squares up to you in Strive, wiggling his body. He's great, and I love it. Oh shit! Like Android 17, Zato is able to use his puppet to pressure the opponent with long and hard to block strings, and it gives him good mix-up options, and his frame data isn't tied directly to what Eddie is doing. Also, in Strive, he seems to be able to use Eddie as a shield in front of him, so he can force the enemy to basically whiff and come in with a follow-up attack. Like, I've been told that this is in normal Guilty Gear, but that's fucking insane. That's crazy. It's bullshit blazing. Also, while we're on the topic of Strive, can we just talk about how good Eddie looks in this game? Oh my god, look at him! Look at that texturing! That modeling! Look at the specific lighting! Oh my god, I love this game! Look at Giovanna! Look at her puppy! Isn't a fucking puppet, but it's cute as fuck, and I love this game! I'm playing the beta on stream right now! Come on, watch it! Fucking god, I'm ready for this game! I would say more about Eddie, and about how his command grab is cool, and how he has a unique game plan compared to the rest of the cast. But I don't play Guilty Gear. So thank you all for watching. That just about wraps up the video. I'll see you again in 2 weeks, where I'm doing a very special...
But Gecko, why didn't you talk about JoJo? Ah shit, I forgot to talk about Persona.